For those who follow many podcasts about video games, Super Mario RPG is already a recurring topic, often involving some discussion between having been underappreciated or just not a very good game. The fact that it was not initially released in Europe also means that it has a slightly mystical status, drawn amid someone who no longer remembers quite well having played it, with others who have never played it whatsoever, but also have an opinion about it. Now that I've played it, I can say that I understand the discussion, although I don't subscribe to it. I've never played the original game. On the one hand, I'm not a fan of JRPGs, on the other, I was a Sega fan, not Nintendo, when I was growing up. I don't have the slightest degree of nostalgia for the game. If this remake hadn't been made, I wouldn't ask for it, but as soon as I saw the first trailer, I realized that I would really like to play Super Mario RPG, and it's easy to see why. The Nintendo Switch's inability to run more graphically intense games forced the devs to search and find this very characteristical graphical style, which is completely eye-catching and gorgeous for those who enjoy it, making practically every game appealing to the consumer. I think I would even play a point-and-click if it were in this graphical style. And that is essentially what was changed in this remake. A graphical update to a cartoonish style isometric 3D, nothing abnormal in a JRPG. But Nintendo created another beautiful game with vibrant and colorful graphics, having complemented this with an excellent, completely new soundtrack, while at the same time not forgetting the original fans, also providing the option to keep the original songs. The entire soundtrack becomes accessible after completing the game. Super Mario RPG starts in the usual way. Bowser kidnaps the Princess Peach and Mario goes to save her. Fortunately, this is merely the prologue of what will end up being a simplistic plot for an RPG, but much more complex than usual for a Mario game, with parallel stories and a humor that varies between the naive and the insinuating, showing me for the first time emotional interactions between the Princess Peach and Mario, which I feel sorry for not being explored during the gameplay, but that is certainly intentional, since no one wants a canonical sexual relation between Mario and Peach. Well, you can find it in the internet, but it is not official for sure. In fact, all the stories that unfold are quite light, and the game itself doesn't take more than 15 hours to complete, making it short for the genre. And even I felt a bit sorry that some of the branches hadn't been explored, especially because even the supporting characters are interesting and well written. Nowadays, Super Mario RPG doesn't seem to offer anything different within the genre. After advancing in the story, we unlock a party of 5 members, but we only use 3 at any given time, with Mario necessarily being one of them. The mechanics are the usual ones for any JRPG with turn-based combat, and considering that I've just come from Sea of Stars, they seem more simplified. We have a standard physical attack, a magical attack with mana here being represented by flowers. We can use an item, usually to give life or to cleanse a party member, or we can flee or defend. We can time the use of the A key, which, if used at the exact moment, allows for stronger attacks, the blocking of the enemy attack, and the accumulation of points that at a certain point allow the use of a triple attack used jointly by the 3 party members that allows a much stronger attack. Depending on how we mix the characters in play, the attack will be different, and not all of them are offensive, there are defensive ones also. Something that seemed strange to me was that there was no obvious advantage in the way we approach the enemies in the world. I mean, even if we jump on them in the world, we don't do them any damage before the battle. From time to time, a minigame appears that allows us to double the experience or currency earned in battle, which is well worth playing. The money we earn or find when playing, and there are two types of currency in the game, can be used to buy items, weapons or equipment in the usual stores. We can also pay for our team to rest and recover their health, simply by finding the hotel in the villages. You can't imagine my happiness when I realized that I finally have a son who likes the same games as me. My youngest, even though she couldn't read, loved the colors in the game and apparently fell in love with Mario. She always played with me and then asked me to play the hippopotamus game. I've already humored her and now we're playing Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Funnily enough, my wife never plays any games and I've caught her playing with my daughter when I'm doing other things. If this doesn't show that Super Mario RPG is a JRPG for the whole family, I don't know what else is needed to prove it. I spoke about this because playing with my family also often forced me to lower the game's difficulty, and if all the minions are generally easy to defeat no matter the difficulty you choose, the bosses need some strategy. The members of our team can be changed at any time without losing priority, which allows some sequences of attacks or spells to be created that are more useful than others. On the lowest difficulty setting, the game simply doesn't offer any challenge whatsoever, and that's its purpose, to play with a family and to enjoy the story. Even without having a full understanding of what the game offers, it is clear that the game is very simplistic, and I believe that this is the reason for the constant discussions about its real value. A discussion that I currently understand and, in part, share, even if I don't subscribe to it. JRPGs with turn-based battles are back, and fans of the genre are used to dozens and dozens of hours of content. A plethora of side quests, a vast array of combat options hidden behind multiple contextual menus, and an unimaginable number of interactions. If you're looking for that, you won't find it here. Super Mario RPG is limited to telling a story and maintaining all the characteristics that make the genre what it is. Super Mario RPG is a JRPG, there's no question about that, and I like it even more because it got rid of more fat than a liposuction, making it much more palatable for those who don't have 100 hours to invest in a game of this genre. See you next time, guys. Bye!